So now let's talk about adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators. So same method, we have to have a common denominator. When the denominators are the same, we add or subtract the numerators and we keep the denominator. But sometimes you will have fractions that don't have a common denominator. For example, what about 3/2 plus 4/3? The denominators are not the same. So we can find a common denominator, and the easiest way to do that is to take the two denominators and multiply them together. So 2 times 3 is 6. So that is going to be my new denominator. I multiplied this first fraction by 3. So whatever I multiply the bottom number by, I have to multiply the top number by. 3 times 3 is 9. I multiplied this second fraction by 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. Whatever I multiply the bottom number by, I must do to the top. 4 times 2 is 8. So then I can add the numerators. 9 plus 8 is 17. Keep the denominator the same. Okay. Make sure that that is reduced, and it is. You could turn it into a mixed number if you wanted. That would be 2 and 5/6, but you could also leave it as the improper fraction. All right, what about 1 and 3/5 minus 7/8 plus 1/2? We'll say plus 1 and 1/2, okay? So remember, we have to turn these mixed numbers into fractions. And it's easiest if you just do that right off the bat. So we're going to perform that C thing. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So I really have 8/5 minus 7/8 plus 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3/2. So I'm going to take these first two fractions and I'm going to multiply these two numbers together. 5 times 8 is 40. So I'm going to let 40 be my new denominator. So let's see. I multiplied the 5 by 8 to get 40. Whatever I multiply the bottom by, I have to do to the top. So 8 times 8 is 64. Minus, I multiplied this denominator by 5 to make it equal 40. Whatever I multiply the bottom by, I have to do to the top. 7 times 5 is 35. I can also think about 2 times what equals 40. 2 times 20 equals 40. So I can multiply the top by 20, and I get the fraction 60/40. So we do addition and subtraction in the order that it appears. So I'm going to focus on this first. 64 minus 35 is 19. So I have 19/40 plus 60/40. So 19 plus 60 is 79/40. And you could, again, write it as a mixed number, which would be 1 and 39/40. Either one of these are correct. Let's do one more example and we'll get you on your way. What about 1 1/2 minus 4/5 plus 2/3? So doing the C thing, 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. I really have 3/2 minus 4/5 plus 2/3. So when I use that method of multiplying the numbers in the bottom, the denominators, 2 times 5 is 10, but 3 does not divide 10. So I have to multiply all of these together. 2 times 5 is 10 times 3 is 30. So my new denominator is going to have to be 30. So in order to make 2 turn into a 30, I have to multiply it by 15. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 15 times 3 is 45. Minus, to turn this 5 into a 30, I had to multiply it by 6. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. 4 times 6 is 24. And to turn this 3 into a 30, I had to multiply by 10. Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. 2 times 10 is 20, so that becomes plus 20. When I simplify, 45 minus 24 is 21, plus 20 more is 41. So my final answer is 41/30, or I could write it as a mixed number, which is 1 11/30. Either one of these are great. So remember, you should be writing these examples down because you're going to see something like this in your homework. So I want you to have the extra practice. So finish writing down your notes and get started on your homework. Good luck.